I love the changes of the day. Beautiful sunsets and sunrises, they're the best from the sky, and that's my office view, I guess. Majority of my flying's into stations, and you're flying across most incredible scenery, and I feel like some pilots flying out of the cities just don't get to witness it like we do out here. My name's Anna. I live in Mungindi and I've been flying planes for the last 8 to 9 years. My career started off working on stations in the Northern Territory in North Queensland as a bush pilot, and did that for a few years, and now I'm based down in the Mungindi Moree area, flying farmers around. No day is the same. I'm either flying to WA or to the Northern Territory, or sometimes down to Victoria, South Australia. I go to the Gold Coast, Brisbane a fair bit. I'm just flying farmers, their families, business people, wherever they've got to go, because obviously getting A to B out here is quite a slog. I guess as agriculture's booming at the moment, people are a bit time poor, and it's just nice to be able to help out in that way. I think it's pretty cool that I can live in a town out here where the population's about 800 people, and I've managed to go from a little Cessna 182 single plane with 4 seats to a Cessna 340, a twin, to this plane, all whilst living out here. And that opportunity wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have farmers and business people, I guess, believing in my ability and my passion to fly. And I think a big part of why I got this opportunity is because I showed a lot of interest to be based out here and live here, and which is quite unusual for a pilot, because most of them are chasing airlines or corporate jet flying, and they want to be living in a city and living the high life. But to me, this is the high life, so I'm very lucky that I've been able to get to where I am by living out here. This is a PC-12. It's a complex aircraft. It's a pressurised turbine. PC-12 takes 10 people. It's becoming more and more common in agriculture. Pastoral companies particularly use it to get around to all their stations. It's a good people mover. It's good at putting all sorts of machinery in. It's a really great plane to fly, and you need to be an IFR pilot so you can handle weather and night time and whatnot.
So how did the flying start?
I did a gap year as a Jillaroo up in the Northern Territory for CPC, and I guess my granddad was a bush pilot and he was always in our ears about doing it, and then I saw it up there firsthand and it really excited me. So I thought, if I really want to do it, I'll do it after I finish a degree, and did a degree in agribusiness at Armidale. As soon as I finished the degree, I was straight into a plane and back up into North Queensland. I then came down and thought, I better get my commercial. I've got all these hours. So I got my commercial license, and then still kept flying a 182, even with a few thousand hours and a commercial license. I just loved flying in the bush and flying farmers around. And aviation and agriculture were, I guess, once upon a time more a male-dominated industry. But yeah, in the last few years, starting to see it slowly change and more women are taking the controls. This is my co-pilot, Walter, and he's been travelling around in the 182 with me for the last few years up in the Northern Territory. We've done some long stints together, haven't we, boy? Yes.